Welcome to Dallas. It's Fix a Leak Week, and we're going to talk about conserving water. Even a small leak can represent thousands of gallons of wasted water. I'm going to be your host this week. I'm Joel. This is Ed Del Grande. He is a master plumber and the Kohler spokesperson.
Absolutely, a real plumber, and this week we're going to give you real tips on how you can fix leaks at your own home.
And I am not a real plumber, so you're going to teach me how to fix leaks, how easy it is. What else are we going to do this week?
Well, we're going to go down to a plumbing supply house and the home centers and show you the tools and materials that you'll need to pick up to fix leaks. And you know, once you find small leaks in your home, they're not tough to fix.
Excellent. And part of the program is Dallas Water Utilities. We put together some plumbers. We're going to go out in the community, help people that need help in fixing their leaks, finding the leaks, to save water and teach people how easy it is to fix that leak.
Yeah, these plumbers, they're going to be like an army out there with their wrenches, and this is going to be an exciting week, I know for myself, and anybody watching, you're going to be able to do things around your own home as well.
Now, I have no tools. Do I need a tool?
You don't need anything, just stick with me.
You've got all the tools.
Everything.
Excellent. Ed's got the tools. Let's fix a leak. So Ed, we're at Lowe's. We're one of the sponsors of the Dallas Roundup. Tell us what we're going to do here.
Well, first we have to go over to tools to get the right equipment to do the job. Then we go to the plumbing section where we pick up the right materials to fix the leaks.
So you're going to show us the right tools and then show us how to use them.
Absolutely. So let's not waste any time. Come on, we'll start with tools.
Okay, excellent.
Okay.
All right, Ed, we're in the tools section. What is the most important tool to fix a leak?
Well, a good set of screwdrivers, very important.
Yep.
But a must-have for a plumber, especially a do-it-yourself plumber, is a couple of small wrenches. One is called a crescent wrench.
Crescent wrench?
The other is a slip joint pliers.
Slip joint.
Both very adjustable. They can fit around any nut where nuts can leak, and I'll show you over here. Oh, wait,
Hang on, I got something in my tool belt there.
You got all kinds of tricks in there.
Yeah.
So here you got right over here a packing nut, and those wrenches will fit right around there because after a while they will develop a little leak around the stem that wastes water, but you can snug them up with a small wrench and that'll do the job.
Either one, either the crescent wrench or the slip knot?
They'll both work on packing nuts.
All right.
Now don't forget, Joel, plumbing can be a dirty job, so I always recommend getting some rubber gloves, not the ones that you use over and over. Get the ones you can throw away because you may be touching a lot of toilets, and protect your hands.
Nasty stuff.
Very nasty.
Ed, a leaky faucet, very common. What do we do?
Well, you can repair the faucet, and usually that's a more inexpensive way out than changing the whole faucet because the parts are fairly inexpensive. Here's the trick. Get the make and model of your faucet, come down to your home center, and they'll help you line up the exact same parts. Now look at this. This will have all the washers and screws for a particular faucet. Read the instructions, just replace the packings. You can save money and fix that dripping water that's coming out of the faucet and save a lot of water.
Now these are the washers, and how do I know they're worn out?
Well, it'll drip, and that's what happens when the washers wear out, the faucet drips. So if your faucet's not dripping, there's no problem.
Right.
Okay.
And if I replace this and it's still dripping, it's something else.
Well, it could be some seats, and that's a bigger issue. Now you might look into changing the whole faucet, and I could show you about that.
So Ed, you've taken me to the faucet aisle.
Well, first of all, sometimes repairing a faucet is not practical, especially if it's an old faucet.
Because it's broke.
It's broken.
It's dead.
Yeah, and now they got some nice new faucets that are easy to install. Here's one from Kohler.
Oh, I've noticed you've chosen one from our sponsor.
Yes, this
Kohler.
is a great faucet. And not only does Kohler say this is a nice faucet, or myself saying it's a great faucet, look, the government agrees. This is certified by the government. They've had this tested and checked out, and they say that this faucet will use less water, so it is a water-saving faucet than a standard one.
So if I look for the label on any faucet that says water saving,
Yes.
this saves water.
Right, they're on many different faucets, and that's a good standard to go by, that
Because
water
it has the
set's perfect.
aerator.
Yeah, it's got the aerator that'll save you the water and still give you a good strong flow.
Right.
And look at this. Nowadays for the do-it-yourselfers, you like that? The
Yeah.
flexible lines.
Yes.
So they'll move and bend in any position, tighten right up to your valves, and now almost anybody can replace a faucet, and in some cases it's easier than repairing a faucet.
What's next, Ed?
I'm going to show you another problem that could be causing leaks in your house. Come on.
Come in, Ed. Ed, what are you showing me now?
Well, we showed some pieces of equipment and how to repair things and how to replace things, but if you really want to prevent some leaks, here's a plumber's trick. Find out the correct water pressure in your house. Now let's get that gauge. We got one in your tool belt there. And see this? This is a real handy piece of equipment. It's a water pressure test gauge, and you go to your outside faucet. That'll represent
Does
an
it have to
outside
be the
faucet.
outside faucet?
Yeah, I would, because then you don't have to worry about water spilling. Plus,
Right.
they're made to screw right on the outside faucets. open up the handle, and that'll tell you the water pressure in your house. Your goal is to have water pressure under 80 pounds per square inch. If it's over 80 pounds per square inch, in most areas that's against code, and that will stress out your pipes, it'll stress out your faucets, it'll promote leaks. So get the correct water pressure.
Now, if it is over 80 pounds, what do I do? Got to call a plumber.
Call a plumber, we can put in a pressure reducer valve, and that'll get it under 80. The perfect goal is about 50 to 75 pounds per square inch. So check that, it's very important, and you can do it yourself with that gauge.
Let me ask you this, Ed.
What?
Okay, my water, I got a leak.
Yeah.
How do I turn off the water? A lot of people don't even know how to turn off their water at their house.
Well, yes, that's something else you can do yourself. In home centers like this, they even sell water meter wrenches. Go to your water meter, that's usually where the main shutoff is, and see this wrench? It fits perfectly on the water meter. Shut it down, and that'll stop an emergency leak.
The next time the plumber's over, ask him, hey, where's my water shut off? And he'll show you.
Show you, and then maybe you can even help them out do it. And plumbers like it when the homeowners get involved with us, because that way you guys see what we do, and it makes a better relationship.
Bring it in, Ed.
Yeah, this is a good relationship.
Ed, while we're taking a break, because we've been walking forever, tell me, give me one more way we could save water in the home.
Well, Joel, you're actually sitting on it. The toilets, especially the older ones, are the biggest water wasters in a home. Now, the old toilets flush with 3.5 gallons per flush. The new ones, the ones that carry the EPA WaterSense logo, that'll state that these toilets only flush with 1.28 gallons per flush, so they save a lot of water. But from a plumber's point of view, they've been engineered to be more powerful. So now you actually have a more powerful flush that uses less water. So if you want to make the right decision, get a toilet that's marked with the EPA WaterSense logo.
I've never met anyone more excited about toilets, Ed.
Toilets are my life. I love toilets.
Guess what I got on my mind, Ed?
I don't know. What do you got on your mind, Joe?
Flappers.
Well, of course, we're in the flapper section. And don't underestimate the value of a good flapper. People don't realize that if you have a leaky flapper inside your tank, you could waste thousands of gallons of water just going right down the drain.
Right. How do I know it's a bad flapper?
Well, if it's a bad flapper, you may hear some water running slowly after you shut it off. Or you could even put some red food coloring in there. And if you see some of the red food coloring while no one's flushing the toilet go into the bowl by itself, well, you may have a little leak on your flapper seal. The good news is they're very easy to repair.
Do I have to replace this whole thing?
No. This stays right in the toilet. This whole assembly is called the Douglas valve. And what you do is you just pop the flapper piece off. Just shut off the toilet, pull the flapper with you, come down here and match it up, and then you're sure to get the right flapper instead of making 10 trips buying the wrong flapper. And it's as simple as that.
Thanks, Ed.
You're welcome. Come on, I'll show you some more stuff.
Ed, let's talk about water emergencies.
Well, it's a good thing you get your safety cones up because you never know when an emergency is going to happen. Now, water wasting leaks in a home don't always have to be slow leaks that take place over time. You can have one big water emergency, waste a lot of water, and ruin your house. You don't want to know a very common area where that happens?
Washing machines?
You got it. Look at this, though. You could get an upgrade kit to replace those thin rubber hoses that usually come with the washing machine.
Cheap.
Well,
The thin rubber ones are cheap.
Well, they're on the inexpensive side. Let's put it
cheap.
that way. Well,
They break.
They don't cost as much money as these. You can get this whole kit for under $50, and it's well worth it because that'll give you extra protection. So when you're out of the house, those rubber hoses won't burst and flood out the house and waste a lot of water.
Ed, we've talked about every faucet in the house but the shower.
Well, showering is very important, and it's very important you start to save water in your shower. But guess what? The EPA has extended its WaterSense program into showering, and they've independently tested it to make sure that these new shower heads will give you a strong pressurized shower, because that's important. But the shower heads that meet the specifications of the EPA are only going to use 2 gallons a minute. That'll save you 20% of your showering water, so it's a good idea to upgrade now and change those heads out.
Ed, thank you very much. I had a great time today. Thank you for all the information, preventive maintenance, how to fix a leak. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Actually, I had a lot of fun. You're a good guy.
Well, sir, you are a master plumber, and I obviously want to thank Lowe's as well. In fact, I need to find a Lowe's employee, maybe drop off a few of these things.
You're not buying that?
No. Where do you want to go to dinner tonight?
Well, as long as you buy dinner, I guess that's okay.
Oh, absolutely. I had a great time at Lowe's. Here, thank you, Jim, for putting all this away for us. We will be back soon. You want, what do you want, hamburgers,
Well,
steak?
Texas barbecue would be great.
Barbecue? We could definitely do barbecue. I want to talk about faucets.